last section, or the second section, is about the empirical part or the objective part. The objective part of this topic, I decided to just go online, look at some numerics and some data to see what that data is saying about technology and leadership, besides what I've, the opinion and narratives I've gotten from the literature and information sources. Now, what did I do? I went online, I checked several sources. And let me tell you, I didn't just go there to pick anything, because I want you to also try and verify some of those figures. But before you do that, like I said, because I'm coming from the academia, you don't just go in there and pick anything. I looked at, I considered several criteria for picking sources that will give me the data I want. And the data I looked at was, I looked at countries who are doing marvelously well in technology. Top 10 ranked countries that are technologically advanced. I also looked at another attribute of leadership and looked at the top 10 countries doing well in that quality. And I wanted to see, how can I compare these two lists? Can someone say that these countries that are doing so well in technology are also doing so well in leadership, so that we could connect the two attributes to say, because of your technology, it has made you get good leaders. These are the things I did. And it took me quite a long time. It's not like I go there and pick anything. So before I pick any source to this research, this is the chart they will show you now so that you follow. Before I pick any source, I looked at the validity of the source, what I call brand validity, then the robustness of methodology of assessment. I also looked at the recency of publication, then I looked at the availability of results, consistency of information source, and relevance of content of the assessment. Okay, so if you can see, look at this list. The first column there are the technologically advanced countries, the first 10, and I picked that from the worldpopulationreview.com, 2021. So we see Japan, Korea, China, United States, Germany, Russia, so on and so forth. That's the first 10. Then this second part is, I call it integrity or less corruption index. Why I use this? Because I couldn't find any particular index of leadership. But again, because integrity is the core reflection, the main components and the main quality of leadership. For example, I think 35th or 34th President of the United States, that's Dwight Eisenhower, said, and I quote, that integrity is unquestionably the supreme quality for leadership. So in all sources, many people recognize that the first one is that integrity. So I used the integrity list, which I got from the Transparency International. And when you look at the list, Denmark, Finland, New Zealand, and so on and so forth. Now, what comes out clearly here is that only 30% of the technology list made the transparency list, or sorry, the integrity list. So help me, I'll call this leadership list for sake of reflection and this context, and the other one technology list. So only 30% of them were in this list. So 30% will serve as a kind of a scale or score. However, I didn't end here.